Hello everyone, today I would like to tell you a short talk on news. First, the speaker announced the Central Water Authority advised all residents that day to use less water. Finally, he said there was very little water in the reservoir and rain was not expected for weeks. Number 2. The speaker announced patients of City Hospital received holiday gifts that day. She said children from a local school distributed presents to many of patients and keeping in the spirit of the holiday season. Finally, she reminded the doctors and nurses were given presents as well. Number 3. The speaker announced Computer Magazine reported that day that the California Computer Company has announced the entry of the new computer. Finally, she said that computer was smaller and faster than other computers currently on the market, and business travelers would find it very useful. Number 4. The speaker said that all banks and public offices were closed that day because of the heavy snowfall. Next, he said schools were also closed and would remain closed until the week after. Finally, he reminded most roads was closed, so residents was advised to stay home. Number 5. The speaker announced Malaysia and Canada signed their cultural exchange agreement that date. Next, he said the cultural ministers of the both countries attended a concert after the signing, and their countries would exchange artists, orchestras, and dance groups. Drummer groups was not included in the cultural agreement. Finally, she hoped that a new trade agreement would follow. Number 6. The speaker announced the president left that week on a 2-week tour of Asia. Next, she said he would meet with the head of state of 5 different countries, and that was the president's first foreign tour since he took office. Finally, she said his wife was accompanying him on the trip. Number 7. The speaker said that traffic was stopped for more than 4 hours the day before because of an accident. Next, she said a car hit a bus on State Street at about 5:13 p.m. and 3 buses passengers were taken to the hospital. Finally, she said police closed 2 blocks of State Street until 9:45 and directed traffic on Main Street. Number 8. The speaker said that thousands of people went downtown the day before morning to see the annual National Day Parade. Next, he said the parade was led by their newly elected mayor and her family. After that, he said following the parade, the public enjoyed the afternoon of free concerts in City Park. Finally, he reminded nice weather and great music made it a pleasant day for all. Night, the speaker said that an increase in the sales tax was announced the day before. Next, he said the tax would go up from 5% to 7%. Some store owners fear that would cause people to buy fewer things. Finally, he reminded the new sales tax would go on to effect next month. Number 10. The speakers announced the new high-speed train service to the national capital began the day after. Next, she said passengers said they preferred taking the train because it was more convenient than the plane. 3 trains a day leave from the Jiaotao train station for the capital. Finally, she said the trip takes 2 hours and 45 minutes by train but only 1 hour by plane. Number 11. The speaker announced the United Nations appealed to its membership today for an additional $20 million to buy more trucks and spare parts to speed distribution of supplies to the victims of East Africa famines. Next, she said the food and medicines donated by concerned governments was piling up at the ports. Finally, she reminded UN spokespeople say that if the food cannot be moved to the approximately 10 million famine victims, distribution of grain would be cut in half within 3 months. Number 12. The speaker said that Japan's high savings rate was direct on the Japanese economy and on the rest of the world as well. Next, he said for decades that high savings pattern provided inexpensive investment funds to business, which helped support Japan's high economic growth. But there was a downside to the high savings pattern, that was in scarcity of consumer loans. After that, he said further, a high savings rate reduced the value of the yen on the international market. Finally, he reminded that it spent Japan's trade surplus, which in turn causes protectionist pressures in other countries. Number 13. The speaker said that the Kenyan Minister of Trade paid an unannounced visit on gender last weekend for talks with its president. Next, she said the two discussed the improving trade relation between the two countries over the last 6 months. Finally, she announced commercial affairs had dominated the attention of respective embassies here since the first trade pact was signed last January. Thank you for listening.